don't think that there's many skills in life that I appreciate more than someone that is really, really good at gift giving. And in life, I have not encountered anyone that's better than my best friend. So, lucky me, right? It's just like one of those things. I mean, I just, it's also wonderful from the receiving end to just like have this moment of like unadulterated joy, like from what you're receiving. So I've gotten lots of great things from my friend throughout life, but there are two major items that stick out in my head. So the first thing is a sword. Now, I'm not a ninja. I'm not a Civil War reenactor. I'm not a pirate. You know, I moonlight, but you know, not on the reg. So it's kind of a strange gift to receive if you don't know the story behind it. So the story behind it is I was digging around on the internet one day and I found like this blog post, and there was a video on it that gave directions on how to saber open a bottle of champagne. So I'm like, sweet! So I like watched this video like 18 times probably, and at the time, like when I had found it, I neither had a bottle of champagne nor a sword available to me. But that didn't stop the passion. So, you know, I really studied this video, and I went out and I got my bottle of champagne and whatever. So, I went to a party, a small gathering, if you will, at my friend's house, and I brought my bottle of champagne. I was like, guys, I have something really awesome to show you. So I'm running into the mic, you know. So I still did not have the sword available to me, but I had read from, I don't know, the comments section on this like video that it was also possible to do it with a giant knife. So I asked my friend, she had a giant knife, and she did. So, you know, there was like a learner's curve. It probably took me 3 tries, but like I had this bottle of champagne, and you know, I was like resolute in doing this, and like I eventually sabered open this bottle of champagne with a knife, which was awesome. Everyone was like, that's incredible! I was like, I know! And I was like, man, though, it would have been so much better with a sword, right? Like, yeah, totally. So I became like known as this girl that like sabers open champagne, but uses a knife. And every time I'd be like, oh, it'd be so great if I had a sword. But like, totally kidding, because like, I'm gonna have a sword, right? So one Christmas, she gives me like this box, and it's like really long and, you know, rectangular, and I'm like, okay. So she gives it to me, and I unwrap it, and I have no idea what the hell she has gotten me. And I open it up, and it's a sword. And I literally, there were no words. I was speechless for probably 5 minutes. Doesn't seem so long, but 5 minutes is a long time. So I now have a sword exclusively for party tricks, which, you know, is awesome, and it's way more impressive than using a knife. So that is gift number 1. Gift number 2, and I should also mention that like in the year following getting the sword, backtracking, like racking my brain what I could get her that could even like be in the same realm as like a sword as a gift. And so the best idea that I came up with was giving her a calendar with each month is a photo of me using my sword in a different way. Like, you know, January could be like carving an ice sculpture. chocolates from my boyfriend, and you know, so on and so forth. So this was my brilliant idea, which never ended up happening because one thing I am not so great at is execution. Okay. So I won't actually get to the second gift, but it was awesome. It was shark fishing, no big deal. Just saying. So anyway, I like racked my brain, and I'm just gonna go over it. It's my first story. I'm sorry. So I was racking my brain. I always try to think of like, what can I possibly get her that can compare to these like insane, crazy gifts. And I can never think of anything. We went shark fishing, and I was like, oh, maybe this 8-foot shark that I got, I could taxidermy and give it to her. Then she lives in Manhattan, small apartment, so, you know, like, I'm always trying really hard to, like, think of something awesome. And, like, the heart is there, but the ideas, they just aren't, like, reasonable things that I could actually give her. So this year, I was sort of, you know, like, perusing uncommongoods.com and, like, you know, these, like, websites of, like, sort of, like, interesting, unique gifts. The best thing that I came up with was, like, a cheeseburger wallet. You know, which is cool. Like, not a lot of people have a cheeseburger wallet, but it doesn't necessarily, like, reflect something that she's passionate about. So, after giving it lots of thought and not really being able to come up with something, tonight has finally occurred to me what I can give her, and that is an email with a link to this video.